Hi viewers, in a part 1 video we saw some of the slides I'm going to walk through in today's also, because you know the link between what is part 1 and what we are covering in a part 2. If you never watched the part 1 video, I can give you the link description below, or I can give you the link above. You can click in and watch it and come back and watch this part 2 video so that you can have enough information on this. So let me go through what I covered on the part 1 quickly. So we saw why the chatbot is customer satisfaction or less email communication when you use the chatbots. What is the use of data analyticals on the chatbot to train better, and then how can we build a chatbot quickly. And then we saw the customer, what are the typical customer queries on the supply chain management. And then we saw what are the 3 things we require to create a chatbot, simple chatbot. And then we saw the next slide, what is a chatbot. So I want to give you information, what is a chatbot if you're new to this, and what are the most popular chatbots. And then the chatbot statistics, why the chatbot is so popular nowadays. So those are the 3 things, those are the things I covered on the part 1. And also today we are going to see in detail on the 3 important things to build a chatbot. One is a system architecture, and the second one is a functional workflow, and the third one is a technical workflow. Let's get started. The system architecture, if you have any website or any web server or a database, it will be a similar architecture. Because why we need a system architect, that is what the first we need to build it, how we can build a chatbot effectively. I can take an example. In this one is an SAP. When the customer clicks the button, we deploy the desktop app. That's a small icon. Then it's immediately makes it's a SAP FIORI server. It goes, and then if any data is required, it goes to backend on the SAP event management on SAP ECC or any other SAP system. It gets a data and back. It's actually the arrow is missing. It's a both all the things. It's a bi-directional, so you will get the data forward and backward. So this is the architecture we need to develop. This is a very simple one. You don't have to be like you need to put all the granular level information right now, but the architecture is be simple, and then you can provide work. You can document in this. The next one is we are going to see the functional conversation workflow. This is one of the main thing which before we get into a technical workflow, because bot has a conversation with the customer, then how it has to interact. So this is where we need to concentrate more than any other things. So for example, I say when the customer services clicks, immediately bot says, how can I help you? Then customer says, I want to check the status and tracking number. Then chatbot says, please provide a delivery number. And then if the customer service provides a 345678990, if it is a correct number, then the chatbot goes on the back end and you say, okay, this is a delivery number, this is a date, this is a FedEx tracking number or whatever the tracking number is. And then it provides it. Immediately customer sees that, and the chatbot immediately asks a question, do you want to open the link, or do you want to open this delivery number for you? Then if the customer service says yes, then it will open the delivery or the FedEx URL link. If the customer says no, then chatbot says that thank you for chatting with me and have a great day. But you can also have the further conversation. For example, in this case, if the exception is customer service enters instead of 345678990, it enters something else, right? So it doesn't have if that data doesn't have, if that order number or the delivery number it is not having in the system, then it will provide not an error. It will say that this number is not located, could you please provide the correct number. So we need to define the functional workflow such a way that we can have a better conversation with the customer and the chatbot. So that is where the important on the functional conversation workflow. Let's get into the technical workflow. The chatbot technical workflow, when we talk about we already saw the functional. So when each communication happens, right? So we need to know what are the programs we need to define, where are the need to call. For example, if I say hi, that is all predefined something. So I don't need to go to backend system and get the data. Hi, how are you? How can I help you? Those are the things we can have it in the UI file itself. You can have a predefined some templates, and then you can call whatever the customer is asking. So for example, in this case, customer service open the chat and call chatbot UI5 method or functional module or a function we call, and it opens a window, and then chatbot says, how can I help you? Then when it says how can I help you, the customer service want to enter they will say that delivery status and the tracking number. I want to know the tracking number. What it happens is that chatbots will interpret the delivery status some words and the tracking number. Then it invokes the UI5 method and it checks a JSON predefined question answer. So we, in a longer run, if you have a 6 month of data, you can see there's so many predefined templates. The same thing if you have a simple chatbot, we can have a predefined some 10 or 15 hi, how are you. So these are the things we can interpret. And then if the customer says delivery status and the tracking number, and then it will go the JSON matches the question, the list of question, then it will go and please enter the delivery number. The chatbot can ask the delivery number, and then customer service or customer enters whatever the number. Then the chatbot invokes again the method and is okay, this is a number, I'm going to check in the backend system whether it's available. Then what if it is the data is available, the information is available, then it brings back the data to the front end and it will display to the customer. This is the WO data service, the invoke functional module and get the requested delivery date. And the WO data service will pass information to SAP UI method and display on chatbot window. And then also you can have additional window logic. Say that would you like to view the delivery, whatever we saw in the functional workflow. If the full details they require, if the customer says yes or no, then you can call the additional method. Again, if they want to view the FedEx delivery number or FedEx detail, then again you can have the additional logic to call the function and you get the data from the backend and you can display on the FedEx delivery website. The main thing on the technical workflow, before we build on any, before we go in detail on the technical workflow, first we need to define the functional workflow perfectly, because sometimes if the exception occurs, right? So for example, if the customer service enters wrong or user enter wrong number, then we need to provide, please provide a different delivery number, we cannot find it. So that is all it has to go and check. It will come back immediately and says it doesn't exist, the number doesn't exist, right? So those are the information we have to define effectively on the functional workflow. And then the next one which I want to get into detail is I want to cover is resources. The main thing we needed to create a simple chatbot is a functional consultant we needed, and then the second one is a technical consultant, and the third one is SAP UI5 developer. The technical consultant will take care of the whole data service on the back end, or if any custom ABAP program is required, they can take care. The UI nowadays the SAP FIORI UI5 developer, they are also good in OData and then UI5 on the front end development as well. The functional consultant can tell you how the conversation happened between the customer and the chatbot. So these are the 4 things which we needed to create the simple chatbot. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel, and then if you have any questions, please comment below. I can reply to all the questions. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you.